And then the fifth deck is possibly the most interesting one, just because it's like it predates Commander, so the card wasn't clearly designed to be a Commander. It's mono red, and basically it's just about making it so that the Commander does as much damage as possible. The Commander is Kumano, Master Yamabushi. Yep. Yeah. Which, for anybody listening, is 1 and a red, deal 1 damage to any target. If a creature that has been dealt damage by, why am I forgetting the name? Wait. What? Why am I forgetting the commander's name now? I just said it.
Mono
red. Kumano. There we go. Yeah, you also just said it, but I was like too.
Yes.
Okay.
Focused.
Kumano. Yeah. If a creature dealt damage by Kumano would die, exile it instead, and then just
Here I come.
every damage doubler I can shove in there. every damage increase, you know, red sources deal +2, or damage dealt to opponents things ×2, damage dealt to opponents things ×3. Straight up, just give Kumano Death Touch, and just, you know, just ping everything.
The only limitation is that you're mono red.
The only limitation is that you're mono red.
Wow, all sorts of things popped out. Yep, it's a whimsical wonderland over here.
And those are the 5. Those are the 5 decks. I have enough decks, but nothing can stop me.
I shan't be stopped.
I will need a 3rd storage container for when I get up to 30. So many. But it's fine.
I gotta see what's through here, right?
The Forest of Warg.
This must be
this
the
is the right
Warg
place.
Forest.
Oh,
We
I
need to
didn't
be
mean
careful.
to. Okay.
It's okay.
There may well be exorcists around.
So we need to, what, explore the rest of this? Oh, there's a
I just wanna
path
explore the
up
rest of this,
north.
yeah.
There's a path up north,
Yeah.
yeah.
Path of North, 4 chests still. I assumed that would be the north path would be the critical path.
There's
That's wrong.
going to be one on that western island that you can't reach.
Good point. Another fluorite fragment. Something we'd otherwise need 10,000 Tails coins to buy.
Oh yeah, it's good. Oh yeah, I forgot the other thing. The other thing about the, like, I could just talk about the actual commanders. I told you. We'll start with. Okay, well the werewolf commander I don't remember off the top of my head because I haven't built it yet. But it's something to do with the fact that it actually manages to interact with both the old style werewolves and the new style werewolves.
I've seen that one.
Yeah, so it's actually going to be really good.
Go that way.
Which was the second one I said? Squirrels? No, rats. So the rat
rats.
commander, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you can grab a vehicle from your graveyard, and it gains haste. Put it on the field, it gains haste, and then at end of turn, it actually goes back to your hand.
You better be ready.
Okay.
So there's a lot of I've got a lot of sacrifice effects in the deck because, you know, put it back in the graveyard to use it again. Yeah, we don't want to be casting vehicles. And then that's actually where a lot of the rat tribal comes in, because there's a lot of rats that say, hey, when this enters, everybody discard a card. Right?
Yeah.
So just play a rat, put the vehicle in the graveyard, play the commander, activate, you know, crew, and then off you go.
Life is suffering. I just finally getting my 3rd soul and then immediately getting stung.
Oh. So Eleanor is not doing great. But okay. So the rat, that's the rat tribal in a nutshell. There's some sacrifice payoffs in there. but not that many because that's not the focus. Isn't them dying, right? It's just recurring a good one over and over. For the squirrels, I told you the commander's first ability, but the second ability is that you can pay a black and sacrifice as many squirrels as you like to give a creature plus X minus X. And so that one is very much focused on squirrels dying. Make lots of tokens, sacrifice them, have your blood artist or what have you, hang everybody to death. Yeah.
I refuse to fall here.
That's the strategy there. The modular deck is very much make a big creature, make it hard to kill, you know, maybe win with commander damage, put all the counters on the commander. You can give it flying by paying mana. But, interestingly enough, the other ability that it has is the super weird one, and it totally fits with modular, which is just pay red, destroy target artifact you control. It's weird, but it works because modular. Yeah. So yeah, I think that one is sort of gonna be a +1/+1 counter Voltron, which I already have a +1/+1 counter Voltron deck, but you know, it's a different flavor. It doesn't share any colors, so it's interesting. It goes about it in a different manner.
Get away from me. Get away.
Oh, yep, there's the last chest. Called it. It's like they have the same design for most of these areas. And the question marks will be on the other side.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the red deck's pretty much a burn deck, which is hard to do in Commander, but when you have repeatable burn effects, it's a lot easier. One of my favorite things is that I get to use that one card that sets lands on fire. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, the one that just puts burning tokens on, or burning counters on lands. Yeah. And then with damage doublers.
You can also run Citadel of Pain.
I can. I don't know if I did. You know what? I can actually pull up the deck lists without disturbing you.
Well.
Why did that? Okay. All right, browser. That's exactly what I wanted. Log in. There's a bug in this Firefox version that causes it causes an autofilled password to appear over the login box, like the actual login button. If you autofill your password, it just write your password to the text where the login button is. It's really weird, but yeah. Let me see what I've got in terms of wrong. Enchantment. Oh, I put Braid of Fire in the deck because that's amazing.
Hell yeah.
A deck where I can just do that. Burning Earth. It would be nice if I could get the previews to work. Whenever a player taps a non-basic land for mana, Burning Earth deals 1 damage to that player. Guess how many non-basic lands I have in the deck?
I don't know.
I think it's like 1. Nope, it's 0. I have 36 basic mountains.
It's the Abbey's new invention.
So it's 2 barriers working in tandem then.
That sure sounds like a hell of a lot of trouble just to stop people from coming in.
It really does.
Switches. Okay. Oh, I did find an amazing card for this deck called Repercussion.
And what does it do?
Whenever a creature is dealt damage, Repercussion deals that much damage to that creature's controller.
Oh, okay.
So, with damage doublers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. What other weird stuff do I have in here? That's just damage. Damage +1. I think this one's triple damage. No, that's just a double damage. I didn't include the
Tails
ones...
again, huh? That Reaper's curse of yours is consistent, if nothing else.
The curse even affects coin flips?
Seems that way.
Amalok's powers affect physical objects and can, at times, even synchronize with their wavelengths.
And in your case, it's that coin?
Yeah. That's why it always comes up tails.
You must forgive my skepticism.
Whether you choose to believe it or not is really up to you.
It might be worth noting that coin is also Aizen's vessel.
So is that wavelength business the reason why Laphicet always has that compass around him?
That's part of it, but in another sense, it's a kind of proof of his manhood.
Proof of his... manhood?
Must polish you so you don't rust.
That doesn't make any sense.
For a praetor, you really don't know that much about the world, do you?
The Reaper's curse. The Abbey needs to know about this. I'll have to investigate further. The coin that always comes up tails.
I'm not saying Citadel Pain is
Can Maud's
mandatory or
influence
anything,
extend
but
so far?
I see
I
you're a
enjoy
woman
it.
of deep skepticism.
I know it's hard to believe,
Um,
but Aizen's coin really does only come up tails.
Wait a minute. Are you using some sort of trick on it, Magilu?
Oh, your gaze falls on me then?
Well, I am a woman of deep skepticism.
And one who holds grudges too, apparently. But no, I don't have anything to do with it. In fact, I tried a little spell to make it come up heads, and it wouldn't take hold.
The coin's not gimmicked. There's no trick. See for yourself if you like.
This is... the Demon Lord Daos.
Good eye. It's from Carl...
It's from Carlin! I've never seen an authentic specimen. It's incredibly ancient, and yet it looks freshly minted.
There's a reason for that. Gold is normally soft, but they found a way to harden...
I know! They cover the surface of a softer metal with a heat-reactive shape memory alloy! That's what makes it hard to scratch.
Right.
It's a technique no one alive can duplicate, and it makes any trickery impossible. I might just have to believe in this curse of yours after all.
I thought you said they had made the surface itself harder, not covered it with something else.
I think you're mistaken.
No, I swear you said...
Let's just leave it at that.
Okay.
Shape memory alloy. That's how they did it.
Yeah, so it's a maybe. I don't know what I would get rid of for
The
it.
dish out
yeah, it mostly punishes like blue and white decks that leave mana open at the end of their turns for reaction.
Yeah.
Which if mono red, if you have a way to burn mana.
The problem is I also have quite a bit of instance in this deck.
Sure.
And I don't want to leave myself open to that. That's all. Oh yeah, there was a sixth deck that I wanted to work on. I just remembered. Oh no, it's happening again. Okay. Let's not. But this is actually also the deck that I have shoved the most planeswalkers into.
4 planeswalkers.
Yeah, I've put in 4 planeswalkers. One of them is a damage increase, so of course we want that. One of them. Oh right, the original Koth planeswalker, because the emblem is lands you control turn into pinging sources.
Yeah.
I thought we were
And
done for.
I have put the other Koth in here because it's actually ramp in mono red. His +2 is search for a basic mountain, put it into your hand. So,
I feel like that shouldn't be allowed to exist.
yeah, I don't know.
Feels like a sin. But rampant red.
It does only affect basic mountains, so maybe that's the way around it.
Maybe.
Because I mean, white can do that sort of stuff too.
I just remember like Goblin Clear Cutter being sacrifice a forest, add 3 mana of combination red and green to your mana pool.
Ah.
I won't run away.
Like that's what I think of when I think of red ramp. Thinking, well, you don't need that forest anymore.
I also put a battle in this deck. Is it because of the flip side? Oh yeah, whenever you cast a spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Yeah, I think that's why I put it in.
Not even worth my time.
But actually, a lot of the instants in this are protection, because Kamado needs to live, and it's red, so that's really hard to do. But a lot of it is like, you know, Bolt Bend. Let's just change the target of that spell, you know. And then some of them are finishers, like if I can do a big Comet Storm, I'll do a big Comet Storm to end the game. Some of it's card draw.
So what does this Solitoma flower look like exactly?
In a word, ugly. The flower itself is purple with leaves and stem of maroon.
An ugly flower. All right, I'll keep an eye out.
By the way, do you know what Solitoma means in the language of flowers?
Was it deceitful coexistence? What's with that? Even its symbolism is awful.
Deceitful coexistence.
The perfect flower for us.
What's wrong, Luffy said?
Magilu is right, isn't she?
Could be. Eleanor is from the Abbey. I'm not sure that someone like that would ever genuinely want to make friends with us.
That's what I thought.
But it's not all quarrels between us. There's commonalities, I guess you could call it. We share common ground.
Deceitful coexistence doesn't trouble me at all. I'll always be here for you, Madam Eleanor. You and I shared an eternal vow that binds us together.
All I did was make a pact to tether you. I'd appreciate it if you didn't talk about it in a way that could create the wrong impression.
Madam Eleanor, you're so cold.
Try your eyes, Bienfu. You still have me, don't you?
Oh, Miss Magilu, you're the only one for me, honest.
Good, good. Now think hard on my kindness and do as you're told.
Yes, ma'am. I'll just have to hang in there until I find a new love.
Laphicet, think about deceitful coexistence this way.
Demon, exorcist, Moloch, pirate, witch. We're never going to be a single cohesive unit. But each of us understands where the others are coming from in a way that's very real.
So it's not really a deception.
Yeah, not really. I think selfish coexistence might make the better fit.
Maybe so.
Anyway, I put Price of Progress in here because it's really funny to do that in Commander when all you have is basics.
I don't remember what that card does.
Price of Progress deals damage equal to twice the number of non-basic lands that each player controls. So each player takes damage equal to twice the number of non-basics they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent.
I should try to make a commander deck that the entire purpose is to get cards that deal damage to like Skirk Fire Marshal deals damage to all creatures and players. Just cards that do that. Deal 10 damage to all creatures and players and just give it infect.
Oh, I have a combo like that in my Mogus deck.
I want a deck that's just that.
Yeah, you could do it.
It's designed to just kill everyone instantly.
You could do that. It would probably be Jund, so that you could put like Hurricane and stuff in it.
Yeah.
And then that way you also get the ramp to do a big Hurricane.
You want it to be Jund anyway because like green is good for putting infect on shit.
That's true too. I didn't think about that. But you do that, right? And then you got the damage doublers from red, and you've got there's probably an okay amount of infect in black as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the combo I've got in it's not a combo. It does just end the game in a draw usually. Is Heartless Hidetsugu,
Just how does this sword work?
Yeah.
Don't
which
touch
is
it.
deals
You'll hurt
damage
yourself.
equal to.
Oh, I know
In other
Heartless.
words,
I'm
the
explaining
rest
it
of
for.
us
I love Heartless.
I'm
Not
explaining
unless
it for
you
anyone
really
watching.
want
Heartless Hidetsugu, you tap him, he deals damage to each player equal to half their life, rounded down, and then you throw in a damage double.
Yep.
Everybody with even life dies. So you can actually do it, play it to your advantage. If you are the only one with an odd life total, you will survive.
Let's
Or
get
you
started.
just give them infect.
Or you just give it infect, but I don't want to do that.
I just like the idea of
Yeah.
forcing draws.
Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about the there's one more commander deck I want to make. I forgot about it until just now. The command, I forget his name, but it's Jund, which is actually a deck I don't have yet, so that'll be nice. The Jund color deck. He just turns mana burn back on.
Nice.
So just
What you really need is that and Citadel of Pain.
oh well, Citadel of Pain's going in that deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Citadel of Pain and Price. What is it? Price of War, I think. The one that if you tap a land, tap all lands. So if you
Yep,
want to
yep,
spend
yep,
more
yep,
than
yep,
one
yep.
mana,
Belong
you
to a
have to tap all your mana.
Be on the lookout for the ugly flowers.
Ugly purple flowers. Got it.
But then there's a bunch of effects that are like every player gets green mana on their main phase. Hope you can spend it. Stuff like that in the deck.
Mhm.
It's great. So
Start handing out Thran turbines.
well, that and like there's that
Better be ready.
there's that one. It's a beast, red and green, which says everybody taps land for extra mana. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah. Not just Mirari's Wake, but Mirari's Wake for everybody.
Exactly. So yeah, that'll be a fun one too. So many deck ideas. But I only get to play like 2 games a week. So unfortunate. It's better than I was at though. 0 games per week for many months. So should be fun. But yeah. What's interesting is when I was building the Kumano deck is that a lot of cards that I had in my head as being very expensive, like remembering them as being very expensive, so I didn't include them in some decks, came down in price a lot. Like I would never have put Gauntlet of Power in a deck because that used to be ridiculously expensive. But now it's like nothing.
Oh no, this place is massive.
But that's the sort of thing I have to do for ramp in mono red is use mana doubling artifacts. Luckily there's a couple of them, so it's not a big deal. But expedition.
Thanks.
Scout ship.
Thanks for getting me a single garlic.
We sailed for months.
Oh,
Only
hush,
to
you
return
said for 30 minutes.
with a single garlic. What? No. If they only sailed for 30 minutes, that would make sense because you can't get anywhere in 30 minutes. Are there any interesting creatures in the deck? Oh yeah, of course. The deck has to include Brash, Taunter, and Stuffy Doll. Of course. Those just make sense.
Come on, really?
Burnished Heart for ramp. Spark Mage for pinging. Oh yeah, Chandra's Incinerator is an interesting card. I think that it doesn't infinite combo, but if they have an indestructible, if the opponent has an indestructible creature,
It goes infinite.
then Chandra's Incinerator and Repercussion goes infinite. Oh, sorry, just to that player. So I can kill a player, regardless of how much life they have, if Chandra's Incinerator and Repercussion are out on the board, because Chandra's Incinerator says if a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, Chandra's Incinerator deals that much damage to target creature or planeswalker that player controls. So, if they have an indestructible creature, then I can kill someone. But even if I don't, it's still deal non-combat damage to an opponent. Well, it can still, so it doesn't go infinite, but it does wipe everyone's board.
Yeah.
Because it just feeds into itself.
Are you hurt? Can you stand?
Yeah.
But interestingly enough, with a damage doubler, you wouldn't need that many creatures to kill someone.
Don't waste
Because you deal double damage to the creature, or to the opponent. Chandra's Incinerator deals double that to a creature. Repercussion deals double that to the opponent.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting, it's not an infinite combo, but it is a very interesting, it just wipes the board. Aside from your own creatures. That's a cool thing that I just noticed right now while talking about it. Oh, I put Defiler of Instinct in the deck, which lets me every red pip on mana costs just becomes Phyrexian red. God. Yeah. Okay, that's a damage increaser. Oh, Fanatic of Mogus. You gotta have Fanatic of Mogus. That one just enters and deals damage to each opponent equal to your devotion to red. Oh, right, I put Harsh Mentor in the deck. That's just rude. Harsh Mentor, whenever an opponent activates an ability of an artifact, creature, or land on the battlefield that isn't a mana ability, Harsh Mentor deals 2 damage to them. Mana abilities only. It might not end up doing that much, because triggered abilities won't trigger Harsh Mentor, but, you know. What are you? Oh, another, it's just Harsh Mentor again. Okay. So I have another Harsh Mentor effect, except it's only for 1 damage. Kamal Pit Fighter is just a big ping. If anything, I might cut Kamal for Citadel of Pain-like effects if I was going for that, just because Kamal costs 6. Magmatic Force would probably be another thing that I'd ping, just because... Or ping. I'd, cut, just because it costs 8. Even if it does do a lot of damage. Oh, Neheb the Eternal is ridiculously powerful, by the way. So Neheb the Eternal, at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, add red for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn.
Oh, yeah.
In a damage doubler deck.
Mm-hmm.
That just straight up... I'm even on mana if I have a doubler. And if I have more than that, I'm up on mana. It's crazy. Ah, yes, Obsidian Fireheart, the one that makes lands start pinging you. Excellent.
Don't get
Excellent.
careless.
This is a risky play. I put a Rampaging Ferocidon in the deck, which is whenever another creature enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to that creature's controller, and players can't gain life. So that's one that I have to hold on
It
to
looks like
until
no
I've
one's
got my
into it.
lock in place. Another damage doubler. Oh, one of the best cards in the deck. Soul Scar Mage. So basically it gives all of your non-combat damage sources wither.
God, I hate you. We're no longer friends.
What? You think Indestructible is going to help? I mean, it will until I play that.
It's not about that. Wither, I think, is Wither and Infect. I think are two of the stupidest abilities they've. That's why. To me, the ideal Infect deck is one that forces draws.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's about all I would do with Infect, but I think Wither's okay, especially since it's not on combat damage.